Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Film Recap. This is a story about a hidden kingdom more advanced than the rest of the world, a throne built on tradition, power, and secrets, and a hero who must decide what kind of king he will become. Deep in Africa lies Wakanda, a nation the world believes to be poor and forgotten, but behind that illusion is a civilization powered by the most powerful metal on Earth, vibranium. Its technology is unmatched, its warriors are legendary, and its protector is the mysterious Black Panther. When the young Prince T'Challa rises to claim the throne after his father's death, becoming king should be his greatest honor.
Wakanda forever!
This is the country that is in possess of the most advanced science and technology while living the simplest life. He is the main character in our story today, Black Panther. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, a vibranium meteorite fell on Wakanda in Africa. Precious vibranium can not only cure human diseases, but can also be used as a resource in science and as a raw material for making weapons in the military. The 5 tribes in Wakanda went to war every year until a brave warrior received instructions from the goddess of peace. He gained strength, speed, and reflexes far beyond humankind. He became their king and was also the first Black Panther. 4 of these tribes all accepted the monarch's rule. The Jabari tribe lives alone in the snowy mountains. In order to prevent outsiders from invading them, they hid, becoming the most backward country in the eyes of the world. 30 years later, the king encountered a terrorist attack in a building of the UN. After the king passed away, the eldest son, T'Challa, received the right to inherit the throne. According to local customs, before T'Challa ascended the throne, he was forced to accept the challenge of the tribesmen. Whoever wins will become king. Because of this strange tradition, it created a plot twist for the later part of the movie. The 4 major tribes include the Merchant Tribe, Frontier Tribe, River Basin Tribe, and Mineral Tribe. There was no one from these tribes to challenge. At this time, people of the Jabari tribe living separately in the snowy mountains suddenly appeared to challenge. Patriarch M'Baku sent a challenge to T'Challa. The real reason is that you left the technology to a kid to manage. It doesn't even respect tradition, and now you want to pass the throne to a guy who can't protect his father. Before the match, T'Challa would drink a special water to remove the Black Panther's powers. Without the support of his special abilities, T'Challa was beaten by M'Baku until his face was bruised. Under the enthusiastic encouragement of the masses, T'Challa unleashed a powerful leg sweep that dramatically defeated his opponent. He conveniently became the next king. Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. They came from the clan and let the new king drink the heart-shaped herb to gain superpowers. After drinking it, T'Challa reached the land of his ancestors. He met the previous king who was preparing to take a bath. T'Challa asked his father for advice on how to become a great king. T'Challa told him that he must respect the people he trusts. But T'Challa is so honest. For a kind person like you, the future path will be very difficult. They had just received the news on their first day ascending the throne. A vibranium artifact from a British museum was stolen. The mastermind who stole the artifact was the dealer Ulysses Klaue. He planned to sell this vibranium finished product to an American in Busan, South Korea. 30 years ago, Klaue infiltrated Wakanda to steal vibranium. It's been many years, but they still haven't caught him. So this time, T'Challa decided to personally arrest him for the crime. Before departing, T'Challa goes to his sister Shuri's lab. This place has the most advanced science and technology in the world. Shuri gave T'Challa a communication device with unlimited range. Kimoyo beads can be controlled remotely, along with sneakers that make a very cool sound. The reviewer just wants to say one thing: can you send me a purchase link? Then, Shuri showed T'Challa a Black Panther costume designed specifically for him. The entire battle outfit is integrated into the Fang necklace. Shuri told T'Challa to try kicking the lower part of the suit. He kicked it and was sent flying dozens of meters away. Shuri turned on the camera and then told T'Challa to kick again. The result? You are not allowed to post that anywhere. He put his hand on the necklace. After a strong impact, the suit became brand new again. You're going to be rich, kid, so you better sell it quickly. This is an amulet made from vibranium. It is rare. The ringleader who stole the artifact was a black market vibranium dealer named Klaue. He once infiltrated Wakanda to steal vibranium and is also Wakanda's enemy. To make him return to Wakanda to confess his crime, the king sent out 2 of his trusted people. They go to Klaue's next trading location, Busan, South Korea. Here, they meet Klau's trading partner, who is also CIA agent Ross. Ross tells T'Challa to help him capture Klau. T'Challa told him to stop getting in his way. "I'm not here to be your assistant." The two disagreed, and before they could say a few words, T'Challa left. At this time, Klau also arrived at the casino. When he made the deal with Ross, T'Challa and Okoye's assistant were trying to catch him. So the two sides entered into a fierce fight. It must be said that it is such an advanced country. The weapon is still long hair and high heels. This is truly using the most advanced science and technology to fight the most primitive people. Look at that vibranium dealer. He raises his hand to fire a long-range cannon. Unsurprisingly, Klau successfully escaped from the casino. T'Challa's two supporters led the way after him. Shuri controls a car remotely. T'Challa changed into his combat outfit, then jumped onto the roof of the car. The two sides performed a dramatic car chase. T'Challa used his hand as a brake to make a 180-degree turn, which was super cool. On the other hand, the bad guys are constantly shooting at the front of the two sisters' car. Unintentionally teased again. "Man, that's so primitive. That car is made from vibranium, you idiot. Bullets cannot penetrate at all." As a result, Okoye immediately pulled out an even more primitive weapon spear, launching a shot that directly destroys one USV. But soon they were attacked by the cannon in Klau's hand. At this time, Black Panther T'Challa arrived. He directly stuck his hand into Klau's wheel. After the car rotated 360 degrees, they successfully captured Klaw. In the interrogation room, Klaw spoke to Agent Ross. "The country of Wakanda is fooling everyone. They have endless mountains of vibranium ore, and he just took away a small corner of their snowy mountain. Iron Man's family has a mine, but they have a house in the mine." Just a few sentences made Agent Ross confused. At this moment, Klaw's accomplices blew up the wall of the interrogation room to save him. T'Challa transformed into a Black Panther to chase. Again, he was shot by the opponent's advanced weapon. While in a trance, T'Challa seemed to see a thug wearing a ring similar to his. Returning to the CIA, Agent Ross was shot in the cervical vertebrae while blocking bullets for T'Challa's men. T'Challa first used the Kimoyo beads to save his life. Then some people took him back to Wakanda for treatment. Zuri looked over and said it was just a small wound and he would be discharged from the hospital tomorrow. As for T'Challa, he went to Priest Zuri to ask about the ring. Through Zuri, he learned that the masked person who set off the explosion to save Klaw is his cousin. 30 years ago, T'Chaka's younger brother, also T'Challa's uncle, was brought to America to work as a spy. The result was that he did not perform the task and instead helped the vibranium dealer Klaw betray Wakanda. He coordinated inside and out with Klaw to steal vibranium from his homeland. After T'Chaka discovered him, he immediately killed him on the spot, leaving behind a child, Erik, who still doesn't know anything. Now Erik, aka Killmonger, has grown up. Causing an explosion to save Klaw was just a meeting gift for Wakanda. He carries Klaw's body and smoothly enters Wakanda. He also receives support from the border tribe commander. He announces his identity to the 4 major tribes and takes out the ring as proof. As the next generation of the royal family, he has the right to compete for the throne. T'Challa also firmly accepted the challenge. After T'Challa drank a mystical water to remove the Black Panther's power, the war officially begins. Killmonger revealed his strong body covered in scars. People with trypophobia really can't stand it. Therefore, T'Challa felt sorry for his father's way of doing things in the past. During the match, he clearly showed some mercy, but Killmonger would not let him. He continuously delivered fatal blows. T'Challa was quickly injured by Killmonger and thrown into the waterfall. Killmonger won a decisive victory to become the next king. After drinking the heart-shaped herb to gain the Black Panther's powers, he ordered all the remaining heart-shaped herbs to be burned to ensure that he was the last Black Panther. The next day, before they were burned, T'Challa's girlfriend secretly picked one herb. Killmonger began transporting large quantities of vibranium weapons to the world, helping black people protest against oppression and injustice. But that would cause the world to fall into chaos. On the other hand, Shuri and T'Challa's mother went to the Jabari tribe living separately in the snowy mountains. They used the heart-shaped herb to heal him, hoping that M'Baku would send his army to take back the throne of Wakanda. M'Baku did not agree and took them to a backyard. It turns out T'Challa is not dead yet. After falling off the cliff, he was fortunately saved by a fisherman in their tribe. His mother used the last heart-shaped herb to restore T'Challa's Black Panther power. Next, the most important thing is to stop Killmonger's crazy plan. Suddenly, there was a huge noise in the sky. The plane transporting vibranium weapons was shot down. The Black Panther slowly walked out of the burning rubble. Killmonger ordered the border tribes to help attack the Black Panther with full force. The border tribes attacked, but who are the Black Panther's opponents? He only needed to throw one punch and he could easily send them all flying. Wakabi commanded the border tribe and blew the horn to summon the rhinos. Although the Black Panther gently knocked one down, he was attacked by another one. At this time, Okoye and Shuri also joined the battle, but they are absolutely no match for Killmonger, who is transformed into a golden panther. Right when Shuri was about to be brutally murdered, the Black Panther rushed in and pulled Killmonger down into the mountain cave to the maglev train line. Possessing similar equipment, it is difficult to immediately determine victory or defeat. The stabilizer on the line has the effect of neutralizing vibranium. T'Challa tells Shuri to start the maglev train. While the fighting suit was disabled, Killmonger was defeated by the Black Panther. On the other hand, Okoye and her guards were surrounded by border tribes. It looked like they were about to be unable to hold on any longer. At this time, the Jabari tribe promptly appeared. Having M'Baku send reinforcements to them quickly turned the battlefield. In the end, the entire border tribe surrendered and admitted defeat. The entire plane transporting vibranium weapons was also destroyed. Before his death, Killmonger pleaded with T'Challa to take him to see the Wakanda sunset once, because his father said the sunset of Wakanda is the most beautiful in the world. Granting Killmonger's wish, he helped him stab himself with the dagger as he watched the sunset. This battle for the throne helped T'Challa understand that the world must resonate. He decided to share advanced science and technology with the whole world. From there, it creates blessings for all humanity. Divers doing exploration work at the bottom of the sea. A strange figure suddenly appeared in front. After seeing clearly, it turned out to just be a jellyfish. Turning around, she discovered that her teammates next to her had disappeared some time ago.
Before she could report to command, she was attacked by an unknown creature. Completely lost contact with command. At the same time, there are some strange people on the sea surface who are shouting. They broadcast strange sound waves. But it was no good. The commander quickly put on his mask and prepared to leave the boat. As a result, as soon as he reached the deck, he was attacked by a blue monster holding 3 spears. The commander immediately opened fire in response, but the bullets had no effect. The commander quickly ran away to the helicopter pad. As a result, as soon as he stepped onto the helicopter, the plane's door was torn off by a strange person. The special forces continued to fire bullets at the strange person as the helicopter flew away. Not long after flying, the helicopter was attacked again. They saw the plane's tail being grabbed by a strange person. After spinning around, the helicopter fell into the sea. Emerging from the darkness, the person attacking them was a man with wings on his feet. After this, the US assumed that this attack was caused by the Wakandan people, because except for America, only Wakanda in the world has this ability. But how does Wakanda have time to do these things right now? They are holding a funeral for the Black Panther who just passed away. So Wakanda's service center was attacked by mercenaries. It's very clear that all countries are taking advantage of the situation. Wakanda is weakening without the protection of the Black Panther. They want to take their vibranium. Before his death, the Black Panther shared Wakanda's technology with the world with great sincerity. Now, allied countries are forcing them not only to share technology, but also to hand over their renewable resource, vibranium. The Queen of Wakanda, Ramonda, said that they would only lose their country, not their ability to protect their country's resources. You can find vibranium outside Wakanda if you want, but if you dare to take Wakanda's vibranium, you will definitely receive an even stronger counterattack from us. Helpless, they had to find another way to research and create a vibranium detector to conduct their own exploration. As a result, there has just been a major breakthrough in the Atlantic Ocean. The entire staff was attacked by mysterious monsters, so they pointed the spear at the Wakandans. In the evening, the man with wings on his feet arrived in Wakanda. He is the Sea King in the story, the ghost named Namor. He comes from the Talokan civilization under the sea. Their undersea kingdom also possesses vibranium resources. This time, he came to show his power to Wakanda. The idea is that the country's previous Black Panther revealed the power of vibranium to everyone in the world, causing the Americans to discover their vibranium at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Although it prevented the US from exploiting it, this affected them. After speaking, Namor took out the vibranium probe he stole. He asked Wakanda to find the inventor of the probe and give them to him. Otherwise, Wakanda will have to pay a painful price. The next day, Queen Ramonda held an urgent meeting. Even from satellites in the sky or radar, Namor's whereabouts could not be found. Clearly, Namor's abilities are far beyond what they imagined. To prevent war from breaking out, Ramonda sent Okoye to America to find the inventor of the probe. She requested to bring that person back to Wakanda. Okoye felt this case was extremely simple and not dangerous, so she suggested to the queen that she would take Shuri with her. It was also considered letting the princess go out to relieve herself. At first, Ramonda did not agree, but when she saw Shuri burying her head in the laboratory all day, she thought for a while and agreed. Thanks to the help of an old agent friend Ross, the two quickly found the whereabouts of the probe's inventor. The surprising thing is that the inventor is just a high school girl. But before taking her back to Wakanda, Riri said she had to go back to the secret base to get her work notebook. Who would have thought that as soon as they set foot there, FBI agents followed them? The three of them started running frantically. Riri wore her own designed flying armor and destroyed the FBI's drone equipment. All three were feeling excited because they escaped from the police. Then a water bullet caused them to fall over. Namor's subordinate suddenly appeared here. Okoye held the spear and advanced quickly to fight. As a result, it was completely impossible to kill these people. In the end, Okoye could not fight her opponent and was sent flying into the sea. Shuri and Riri were also taken into the deep sea right before her eyes. This is the Undersea Kingdom in Talokan legend. Sea King Namor takes Shuri on a tour of his underwater empire. From the architectural works, it is not difficult to see that Talokan civilization is still inferior to that of Wakanda. Shuri felt extremely surprised. Namor explains to Shuri their origins. At first, they were like normal people living in the jungles of Africa. Suddenly one day, the Spanish colonists came to their territory and brought the smallpox virus with them. Many people died because of that. When they were helpless against the smallpox virus, someone found in an underwater cave a plant growing on a green rock. That rock is...
Namor set foot on land for the first time and saw the colonialists using violence against black people. He was angry and killed all the white people before his eyes. From then on, Namor no longer trusted anyone on the mainland. He put all his heart and soul into protecting his Talocan, not letting outsiders know of their existence. Until the vibranium probe appeared, making Namor feel threatened. That's why he came to Wakanda. He hoped the two sides could form an alliance, then start a war before other countries got vibranium. Shuri rejected Namor on the spot. She hoped to find a peaceful way to resolve the dispute, but Namor argued that if Wakanda and Talocan are intolerant of each other, one day the other countries will unite to fight them. Namor told Shuri to think carefully before taking her back to the cave. Namor gave her a bracelet made from vibranium plants. Thanks to this bracelet, later in the movie, Wakanda regains the power of the Black Panther. On the other hand, Okoye returned to Wakanda and quickly reported the news that the princess was taken away. The queen immediately angrily dismissed Okoye on the spot. "I already warned you. Sending my daughter on a mission would be dangerous, and you lost her." To save her daughter, Ramonda went to a child welfare institute in Haiti. She found Nakia, who was working there. She is the Black Panther's ex-girlfriend, T'Challa, and is also the most important spy in the tribe. After knowing the purpose of the queen's arrival, she quickly packed her luggage and went to the Yucatan Peninsula. Finally, thanks to the guidance of local people and the help of advanced equipment, Nakia found an underwater cave. She used the robot to successfully penetrate inside the cave. It was also discovered that Shuri and Riri were locked in prison. While Namor had not returned, Nakia without delay fought her guard and took the two people back to the Wakandan spaceship. After Namor turned around and saw the scene before him, he immediately became extremely angry. He gathered his undersea army to prepare to attack Wakanda. Talocan rises! Talocan rises! Not long after Shuri's return to Wakanda, she immediately ordered the reinforcement of defenses to block sound waves on the waterway. She knew Namor wouldn't let it go like that. It's just a pity it's too late now. The great Talocan army has arrived at the outskirts of Wakanda. After that, the water source and fence continuously flowed all over the street. A second later, the people of Wakanda had not yet prepared a battle plan. They were hit by a second sound wave. The rescue team was hypnotized by the sound waves as if they lost their souls and jumped into the sea one after another. Okoye saw this and quickly threw a bomb into the water. Only then could the sonic attack be temporarily stopped. Receiving information about an intruder, Shuri flew a fighter jet to the scene. At this time, Namor gradually rose to the surface. While he was talking to a subordinate, he wanted to sneak attack from behind, but opposite the fighter, Shuri's aide arrived. Namor jumped and flew around, evading all attacks. In less than 30 seconds, the fighter was easily handled. At this time, Shuri also joined the fight. Facing the relentless attack, Namor hid underwater to temporarily avoid the attack. Namor then took the right opportunity to quickly rise out of the water. He flew up to Shuri's fighter and then launched a powerful attack. The fighter plane broke down and sank to the bottom of the sea. After scanning the battlefield, Namor went straight to Queen Ramonda's palace. He did this not only to retaliate against Wakanda, but also to kill the inventor of the vibranium probe, Riri. Who would have thought that the queen would shield Riri? In anger, Namor shot water bullets at them. Ramonda was drowned by the current. Riri also fell into a coma because of the explosion. To save the little girl, Ramonda used her last breath. When Okoye led the army in, Queen Ramonda was dead. Before leaving, Namor even let out aggressive words that this time it was simply a training exercise. A week later, he will launch a general attack on Wakanda, unless Wakanda surrenders to them. Mourning for loved ones. If the Black Panther T'Challa was still alive, how could Namor be so bold? Just like that, Shuri had just seen off her brother and now saw off her mother. She painfully and despairingly realized that she did not have the power of the Black Panther. They are completely irresistible to Namor. But the previous civil war caused the heart-shaped herb to be completely destroyed by Killmonger. Shuri began without knowing the day, suffering and inventing the artificial heart-shaped herb. At the same time, she and Riri also researched Namor's weaknesses together. The reason Namor doesn't need to wear oxygen mask on land is because he breathes the water under his skin. If he removes this skin, he will no longer be as strong. So Shuri immediately ordered the fighter plane to be converted into an infiltration craft. She also made General Okoye a brand new nano combat armor. During this time, Riri also used vibranium to design a new armor for herself. Finally, Shuri found in the bracelet that Namor gave her the composition of the extract of the heart-shaped herb. Through countless experiments, finally thanks to 3D printing technology, an artificial heart-shaped herb was successfully invented. You have succeeded.
Getting rid of all the ancient rituals that seemed so old, Shuri directly drank the herbal medicine in the laboratory. When the medicine took effect, Shuri successfully entered the land of the ancestors. But the person she met was not her father or brother. It was Killmonger who betrayed him in the previous life. Because right now there is hatred in Shuri's heart, this mentality will not receive recognition from the ancestors.
But after waking up, Shuri still had the power of the Black Panther. A new Black Panther was born. The appearance of the Black Panther aroused the strong spirit of solidarity in Wakanda. Shuri received recognition and legally became the next king. This time, Wakanda could no longer sit still and wait for the final decision. They decided to proactively launch an attack. Shuri used the vibranium probe to lure Namor there, then used sound waves to force everyone to the surface. Wakanda's stealth ship had been waiting there for a long time. The battle was extremely tense. Namor saw that and flew up. Those fighters in front of him were completely non-threatening. But now, it's not just Namor who can fly. Riri's body armor had also been crafted. The second generation of Iron Man officially attacked, but Namor did not put her in his eyes at all. He grabbed a fighter plane and threw it at the girl. The opening great battle. Talakon's army also began to counterattack. Shuri led the Wakanda soldiers to fight from the air and started shooting. Shuri possessed the power of a Black Panther that was no longer the same as before. Combat mastery and training. She destroyed Talakon's monsters like chopping vegetables. At this time, Riri was still dealing with Namor in the air, but her speed could not match Namor's. In response, Riri immediately started the more powerful jet engine. Fighter aircraft came to the rescue and used artillery shells to force Namor into the sky, then used the invisibility ability to disappear. Got you. Namor was forced inside the fighter. This fighter plane had also been converted by Shuri into a secret boat cabin. The water in Namor's body gradually dried up. The plan to replace him succeeded. The Wakanda soldiers began to receive orders to retreat, but the Talakon soldiers were extremely stubborn. They rescued 2 whales and brought a large amount of water. They formed water bullets that attacked the lower part of the fighter. After that fierce explosion, the warship began to tilt. Many Wakanda soldiers gradually fell into the sea. Seeing that the situation was not good, Shuri ordered General Okoye to come to her aid. The new combat armor now had great effects. The tide of battle was turned around again. But on the other side, to escape the misery, Namor directly used the vibranium spear to destroy the fighter. At this time, the 2 people fell in the desert. Not being near water forced Namor to immediately counterattack. Relying on his ability to fly, Namor attacked Shuri. Then he unleashed a crazy blow that dropped her hard. But Shuri's reaction speed was very quick. When she dodged the attack, she cut off the wing on Namor's leg. Losing the ability to fly, Namor's fighting ability was also reduced. Under repeated attacks from Shuri, Namor was exhausted. Just as Shuri was about to give him a finishing blow, Namor picked up the vibranium spear from the ground and stabbed it through her stomach. Namor was severely dehydrated and just wanted to quickly replenish water. Shuri knew that if she let him reach the sea, Wakanda would also cease to exist. Shuri endured the pain, cut off the spear, and jumped up in front of Namor. Next, she started the combat suit and delivered a fatal blow to Namor. At this time, Namor was completely unable to fight. Shuri raised the spear to finish him, but this relentless fighting only brings more casualties to civilians. Surrender. Wakanda will protect your waters. We'll keep it a secret for you guys. Surrender and your people can survive. Finally, the 2 sides reached a truce, and this chaotic scene ended. Later, Shuri passed on the throne to M'Baku. She felt she had no ability to lead the entire tribe. At this time, the ex-girlfriend of Black Panther T'Challa, Nakia, held the hand of a boy passing by. Who are you? My name is Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa. The movie ends here. If you love science fiction movies, you can like, follow, and share to look forward to other special content.